Hi there everyone, this is Dan Dix here, reporting for Press for Truth, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about water fluoridation. Now, some of you may already know that members of the retail giant Costco have a monthly magazine that they put out called the Costco Connection, and it advertises a lot of useful info to its members, a lot of not useful info as well, but the most recent publication has an article that some of us are finding very interesting. It also has an online magazine that reaches millions of people through the internet, and this article in question is entitled, "Should Community Drinking Water Be Fluoridated?" And it reads as follows. Community water fluoridation has been a controversial public health issue, and the debate resurfaced after some Canadian municipalities opted out of fluoridating their water supplies. Fluoridation supporters believe that opting out is a mistake. Supporters also say that fluoride in communities' drinking water helps to reduce tooth decay for a great many people, and a decade of research has shown the practice to be safe. But critics question both its safety and its efficiency, insisting that fluoride does have to be swallowed to be effective, and that it's an infringement of individuals' rights to be automatically medicated via the public drinking water. And it goes on to ask the question, what do you think? And then it offers websites for you to visit, a poll that you can vote on, and two articles from two experts. The first one being Dr. Peter Duig. He's the president of the Canadian Dental Association, and he supports water fluoridation, even going as far as to say to end the forced medication of the public would be unacceptable and irresponsible. Now, like all opponents of fluoridation, Dr. Duig is more concerned about the tooth decay than individual liberties, and he backs up his claims with completely bogus science. Now, Robert J. Fleming, president of the Canadians opposed to fluoridation, takes the other side of the debate. And he doesn't question Health Canada's science, but he rather focuses on how ineffective forced medication really is, and really just how tyrannical it is to take away individuals' choice. Robert suggests that if you really want it that bad, perhaps you should buy fluoridated toothpaste. And now this debate brings up a crucial question here. How exactly did the fluoridation of our water even get started in the first place? Even the globalists at the Sierra Club admit that fluoride is not essential to dental health. And as I'm sure a lot of you are aware out there, fluoride is indeed toxic. Even a recent study by Harvard University found fluoride to have a substantial impact on child's neurological development of children. One of the senior authors of the study actually said that fluoride seems to fit in with lead, mercury, and other poisons that cause chemical brain drain. So how exactly did this substance get into our water? Well, to convince the public to fluoridate their water, it took a massive propaganda campaign. Because since at least the 1850s, the substance was well known to be the waste product of aluminum and fertilizer industries. And leaders of these industries feared that their fluoridate pollution would cause lawsuits or warrant government regulations that would end up costing them billions. So at first, industry disposed of their waste product by selling it to rat poison manufacturers. But there was more fluoride waste being produced than the rat poison manufacturers were willing to buy. So did the aluminum and fertilizer industries just create a rat problem? You know, that is to say, did they try to stir up a demand for rat poison? No, instead they used statistics to find a correlation between water supplies bearing traces of fluoride and lower rates of tooth decay. And this minuscule connection was completely overblown in what could only be called one of the largest massive public disinformation campaigns of the 20th century really. And after successfully fluoridating Grand Rapids, Michigan, governments and industry, especially the aluminum manufacturer known as Alcoa, supported mandatory water fluoridation all across America and Canada. And it really suited everyone's interests at the time. Government governments could add more jobs and thus justify more deficit spending. People mistakenly believed at the time that they were living in a democracy, and thus legislating healthcare initiatives like this became a top priority in post-World War II. Now, never mind the corporate disinformation. And what was really going on to the solution of the rat problem that the aluminum and fertilizer industries had, if rat poison companies couldn't buy their waste, then these industries would just use basically the government monopoly to legislate a market. And instead of using honest market competition to look for alternative uses of fluoride, or instead of looking for ways to not create fluoridate in their waste at all, they rather decided to inject it into our drinking water. But how could people have been and continue to be so dumb? Well, at the time, the scientific climate was one where to be a dissenter was to lose your job and to possibly tarnish your reputation. Kind of like how it is now for scientists who are skeptical of global warming. You know how they get treated. Not to mention that this was an era of mass communications controlled by an elite few, like Edward Bernays, for example, somebody I strongly recommend you looking up if you haven't already. So 18 years have gone by of the internet, and we're beginning to forget just how controlled information really used to be. More people, though, are now waking up to the fact that our drinking water is being poisoned, and the fact that Robert J. Fleming, the president of Canadians Opposed to Fluoridation, had a piece in the Costco Connection, a magazine that makes its rounds to millions and millions of parents everywhere. That means that we are indeed making progress. We are indeed beginning to win. So this is indeed good news today, folks. We are on the right track. And if you want to get involved with the fight to end the public fluoridation of our public drinking water, there is a rally coming up next month on June 6th. June 6th, I'll put a link in the description to the website endfluoridetoronto.com, and we hope that you guys will join us there. Please check out the link in the description to where you can sign the petition and where you can get information on how you can attend the rally. And I'll be there. We hope to see you guys there. And anyways, folks, that is all for now. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all right back here very soon at pressfortruth.ca.